Today I'm going to show you my yarn haul and something fun. It's my roundup of patterns that I've recently worked on. So stay tuned, check out some new yarn that you're going to get addicted to, and find your next favorite pattern. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and I run NocturneCat.Crochet on Instagram. Been crocheting for about 20 years altogether, but 3 years doing amigurumi. And I have an awesome yarn haul from Knotted Cat that I'm so excited to show you guys. These colors are amazing. Let's get started. The first color that I want to show you is Clementine. I like to use this for tigers, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I love tigers. I bought about 8 skeins of this because when I'm making tigers, I usually need 1 to 2 of these for the tiger. So this color is going to be used quite often. Again, this one's Clementine, absolutely gorgeous. The next color that I got is called Earl Grey. This is a really beautiful gray. I like that it's not too blue and it's not too warm. It's a very nice kind of neutral gray, because of course gray can have a spectrum of colors and it can be warm or cool. And this one honestly is really lovely mix of the two. I find that with faux fur, I've been making a lot of pieces that are true to what people's pets or animals look like. So that's why I've gone with a few more of the more traditional colors. So I'll have those to make things like cats and dogs and you know, all the fun animals too, like the red panda that I did. The next one you might have seen on my last video is Mocha. It is a beautiful, rich, dark brown. This is one that I used for my cutie pie Tango. I really liked him in Mocha. It's a beautiful, rich brown. And one thing I'm really enjoying about these colors is every batch is really looking the same, which is not always the case for yarn. So this is really exciting. The next color is a new one that I haven't tried before. This one is called Kale. It's a gorgeous dark green. I think this will be really cool for doing forest themed creatures. I do like to do mythical and fantastical creations every so often. So I'm thinking this is going to be beautiful for that detail work, like when I want to do vines or a mossy look. So I'm excited to try this one out. That is Kale. The next one that I got is called Oat Milk. This is a little bit of a darker brown, or really more of a taupe. It's more of like a darkish taupe color. I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I think it's going to be great for those lighter creations, especially if I'm making more animals. This one's going to be really great for that. This color is Nutmeg. I used Mocha back here and Nutmeg for Tango. I love this Nutmeg. It is a beautiful peanut buttery brown, and it's got a little bit of orange to it as well, but it is just stunning when you put it on a piece. I've really enjoyed using this. I also used Nutmeg on the Snuggle puppy that I did for Kayascrochet, which that one is the one that I gave to my brother, which it went very well and he really appreciated it. So that was very awesome to be able to give that to him. This one is Nutmeg. Again, very beautiful, buttery, lovely texture. Love this color. I'm gonna run out of space over here. The next one I got is Iced Coffee. I've used this one on a couple pieces. I'm actually going to show you a piece that I used this on. I'm going to do some trimming of that one to show you how it goes and how it looks. I love this Iced Coffee. It's a really lovely, very light brown. It's great for animals. Again, I think you're sensing a trend here. I do like to make a lot of animals. I love this one. It is such a great color. Again, the fact that it matches the other skeins that I bought from a different lot is amazing. The next color is a more, these are my fun colors that I got because I wanted to try out some brights. I've done a lot of, I went with a more neutral palette for most of them because I do make a lot of animals that are real to life. So then I decided to have some fun with this one. This is Lime. It's a beautiful dark or light green, beautiful light green. I do love working with a light green. I made a light green kitty cat. You can see it right here. And it was one of my favorite commissions that I got over Christmas. And I had so much fun with that one. I originally was like, there's no way a green and white kitty cat with gold eyes is gonna look as good as I thought. Like, I was like, there's no way this is gonna look good. It's gonna look crazy. And it ended up being one of my favorite pieces that I made. I really love, I'm gonna show the picture again. I really love these eyes that I got from Lush Lux Loops. It was from her K-pop Demon Hunters drop. They just were so stunning on this piece, and I absolutely love it. So I had to order some lime because I wanted to try it out with knotted cat yarn, since this one was from just one that I found on AliExpress, and I couldn't really find it again. The next color is Cereal Milk, and it's so beautiful. Look at this blue. It's so nice. It's a lovely light blue. It makes me think very sky blue. I think it's going to be a very pretty color to use on a whimsical piece. I feel like I should make a dragon with this. You can tell me what you think. Should I make a dragon with this? I think it would be the cutest little dragon. I have done one dragon in faux fur. It's this one. It is the bonus mini snuggle dragon by Shannon, who is snugglebeanscrochet. I adore all of her patterns. You definitely should get them. And with that one, I used the eyes from Dirty Girls Crochet, and it was for her K-pop Demon Hunters drop. The next one is Strawberry Milkshake. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't buy more of these. I only bought 3 skeins, and now I'm like, I should have bought 20. I love this color. Look at this. It is a beautiful light pink, and I like that it's vibrant, but it's still light. It's gonna be absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure what I'm gonna make with this. If you have a thought or a suggestion, I would love to hear what you'd like to see made in this pink fur. It's giving bunny vibes, but I feel like I need to do something even more extravagant than that. So let me know what you think. What should I make with this pink? All right, and the last color that I got is Ube. I love this purple. I have a dark purple that I also really like. I was on my previous video. This one is a little bit lighter, and I think this one is going to be one of my favorites. Again, kicking myself that I didn't buy, 20 skeins of this, because it's just so gorgeous, and I'm really loving how the purple is vibrant but still light, because with fur yarn, it can get a little denser when you're working with it, and if the color is too dark, you can lose some of that vibrancy in the look of the final piece. So I'm really excited to work with this one because it is such a gorgeous purple. No, I'm not gonna lie, I bought at least 5 to 6 of each of these skeins. So these are just the colors that I got. And just go ahead and multiply that by a bunch and you'll know how many I got. Because I do really, really, really love this yarn. Okay, on to the next thing, which is going to be a demonstration. Last time I wanted to work on a piece and I lost my video because it decided to cut off. So I have a face here. This is Kayascrochet. It's her Snuggle Kitty. I really do love making these. I think they're so cute and they always turn out adorable. These are some gorgeous eyes from my friend craftedindragonfire. This is going to be for her first drop. I am obsessed with these. The depth of the gold is just so cool. I love, 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 love these eyes. So I want to show you how I trim for a kitty cat. As you can see, I've already brushed this piece out. I got the pieces from under the eye and around here, but it's hard to see and those eyes are kind of covered. So let's go in and give our little kitty cat a haircut. So again, I have my curved scissors. These are my best friends for when I'm working with faux fur. It helps me get around the eye, which is sometimes the hardest part because you really want those eyes to pop. So you want to make sure that you can actually get in there and trim around that eye. So first thing I'm going to do is go around the curve of the eye and get the main bits of it out of the way, and then I'll go in and trim and clean it up. Not gonna lie, these scissors probably need to be sharpened at this point because I've used them so often, but I promise I will get a new pair of scissors if people enjoy watching me trim faux fur. So trimming around the eye, again, doing a conservative trim for the first, because you can always go back and trim a little bit more. So don't feel like you have to get it right on the first go. Keep your pile of faux fur in one place so your animals don't decide to eat it like mine do. Like I said, my cats, when they see me with the faux fur yarn, they get really excited. I have to hide it so that they don't try and attack it. My youngest cat, I do have two. My older cat, he's very good about not destroying my faux fur, which I'm grateful for. Again, I think I mentioned that my business was named NocturneCat because of my cat sitting with me while I crochet. My oldest kitty cat, Binks, doesn't really care to play with the yarn. He will play with other things, but he's always been so good about that. He's a very intuitive cat. He's just such a good boy. All right, going in here and getting these extra little pieces trimmed. It's gonna take some time, but that's okay. One thing that I've really leaned into in this past year is enjoying the artistry of crochet and acknowledging that it's okay to take a little bit more time. I don't have to rush through a piece just so I can get to the next one. I found myself in that space at some point last year, and the burnout was really bad for me. And I was down on myself thinking, oh darn, I'm not crocheting fast enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not making as many things as I should. And I was losing the joy of crochet. So I had a pretty significant health issue come up that made me go a little bit slower and take my time and reflect on the fact that I do this because it's fun and it's a form of artistry, and that it's okay if a piece takes a while. It's okay if I don't have something to post every single day, because the things that I make and the ones that I really enjoy take time. A fur piece for me often takes 3 days. Sometimes it takes even longer than that, because just the trimming and the shaping with my scissors takes a couple hours. It's also why my fur pieces are priced higher than my regular pieces. They do require more time, more effort. The materials are more expensive, and I have to value myself as an artist and value my time. I think it is so important, especially in the crochet community, to get that message out there that your time is valuable, your artistry is valuable, and you should do the things that bring you joy with your business. And that's going to be different for all of us. But just remember that this is supposed to be something that makes you happy. And if something's not making you happy anymore, then maybe take a step back and evaluate and find that joy again. Okay, so that is the first eye trimmed. You can see what a difference it makes. It's far more open. It's easier to see what's going on. And you really get to view these gorgeous safety eyes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim the second eye so that we can then shape the nose. So, there we go. I like to start on the inside, get these corners cleaned out. I will say trimming my dogs has actually helped me in being able to trim fur pieces, because my dog is hypoallergenic, so he has hair instead of fur. So I do have to trim him quite often, and he has very thick, fluffy hair. So I have been trimming my dogs. So I say that my career as a faux fur trimmer actually started years ago, and I practiced on my dogs first and learned how to trim by shaping their faces. My mom actually helped me with that. She taught herself. She watched some YouTube videos and practiced trimming and taught me how to do it as well. So I thank my sweet dog for allowing me to groom him and in turn learn how to shape and trim a plushie. You never know when a skill is going to come in handy and how things will translate from one place to the next. All right. There we go. Getting some of these pieces. I like to go in and layer it a bit, because often it will look like there's just like this stark cutting right around the eyes. So you need to layer it just a touch so that it doesn't look so stark. You can see some of the spots where eye color changed. So I'll go in there and give those a trim. This is a color change right here. This again helps with the blending of the piece, because you want the fur to blend. And you would think how, you know, an animal would have fur that is different in different spots. I think this is why I enjoy working with fur so much as well, is there's a customizable factor that you don't quite get with other yarns. Of course, there is a trade-off with fur in that you do have to go in and trim, and also it is more difficult to work with. It's not necessarily easy. It takes time, it takes effort, and I also have to take breaks in between pieces. I cannot sustain doing 2 pieces back to back, because my wrist will be very angry with me, because I have to hold it a little bit harder and the yarn is a little bit thicker, so I need to give my wrist a break. So that is one of the trade-offs with fur, is that I can't continuously use it, which is when I usually will switch to my other favorite, which is Ali's Softy Plus. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I use that pretty much exclusively. That is my favorite yarn. I like the look of it. I like the way my stitches look with it, and I like that it's very soft. It is helpful for me because I have some issues with my wrist, so making sure that I'm using yarn that doesn't pull too much is important for me. And I would also say it's important for the rest of you. Make sure that whatever you are using, you're listening to your body, and you're making sure that you're not hurting or in pain while you're crocheting. If you feel pain while you're crocheting, you should stop immediately, stretch, reevaluate, and more than likely take a little break, because you don't want to injure yourself when you could just rest for a day or two, which I know is very, very hard. I don't like to do it. I had to do it last night. It's very difficult, so I played Animal Crossing instead. But in the long run, that's going to be better for you because you don't want to injure yourself to the point of being unable to use your wrist for crochet altogether. So you can see I trim around the nose. Now, because this is a kitty cat, I'm going to trim here to help define the snout. It's not much that's being trimmed off, but it's just enough to help give us shape. You can see how that is coming together. I'll do over here now. And this is again why I love my curved scissors, because it's giving me that circular motion that I need to curve the snout to really accentuate it so that it makes the kitty look like, well, a cat. Of course, this one will still need ears. But like I said, I took a break last night. I didn't crochet because I knew I needed to let my wrist rest. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this kitty cat shortly. And when I do, I'll definitely post a picture of it and add it to this video so you can also see how the kitty cat turned out. Again, very small cuts, small amounts, so that we're able to focus in and make sure that it looks the way that we want. Because once you cut it off of here, that's kind of it. See some pieces that are stuck. So make sure that the cuts that you make are intentional and that it's where you want it to be. I'm gonna thin down the snout just a bit. I'm being very careful where I put the scissors so that I don't actually cut through the piece, because that would be very sad. I have to start over again, in which I might cry. That is the face shaping, or in the trimming that I'll do for this one. Again, I'll add the ears and I'll add the body, obviously, so that this kitty will be done. But you can see the difference that that makes. And opening up the eyes so you can see those gorgeous safety eyes. Trimming around the nose to really accentuate the shape and the circular nature of it, and to make it look cute. There we go. So next thing I'm going to do is show you some of my favorite projects that I've worked on lately, or within the last year, while I clean up this fluff. So we're going to hop on over to the portion where I show you some recent creations. I do have quite a few. The first one I want to show is Stanley. Stanley is by Kayascrochet Creation. I love her dinosaurs. They are seriously one of my favorite to create. I wanted to make this one a pride dinosaur, and it also has pink and blue eyes for transgender awareness. So I am in love with this pattern. I love how unique the shaping is. I like that it's customizable, and I love that these eyes are so perfect with it. These are from Lush Luxe Loops. They were part of her K-pop Demon Hunter drop. I believe this one was the pair free, and it is so perfect on Stanley. Hey, Stanley. The next one I want to show is, well, actually, I'm going to show you the finished product. Yay! Here is the Snuggle kitty all finished. I made this one to look like a s'mores kitty. So it's got like the marshmallowy middle and then a little bit of a burnt s'more. It's so cute. Again, peek those eyes from craftedindragonfire. They are absolutely stunning. I love this pattern. I love how quick it is to work up. It's perfect in fur, especially because you need the head to be a little bit smaller. I find, for my personal taste, if a head is larger than 30 to 35 rounds, I need a larger sized eye. So these 30s fit perfectly on this pattern. Love it. The next one is a cute little one that I made for Red Mills Crochet. Oh, look at her little pesky Pixie. She's just darling. And honestly, this works up so fast. It's deceptively quick. And then I gave her some little eyelashes to make her just the cutest thing ever. I am a huge fan of Red Mills Crochet's patterns. She's, one, a lovely human, and two, she just makes such great creative pieces. I'm always impressed with how cool they are, how unique, and honestly, how quick. She's really gotten into her quick make era, and I'm here for it. So this one is by Red Mills Crochet, her pesky Pixie. The next one is a more recent make that I've done in fur, and that is the bonus mini Snuggle Dragon. This one is by Shannon, who is snugglebeanscrochet over on Instagram. I love this pattern so much. I love that it's a dragon in fur, because why shouldn't dragons be fuzzy and fluffy and soft? The toe beans, the little detail here is super cute. I did it in Ali's Softy Plus, and I doubled it up so that you could actually see them. And then I did, similar to what I did with Tango, I trimmed around these pieces so they stick out a little bit more. I love the eyes for this one. I did this as a promotion for Nerdy Girl Crochets, my bestie Britt. This is part of her K-pop Demon Hunter drop. I believe this is Saja Boys. I love that one. But I love this dragon in this beautiful dark blue faux fur. It's so cute. But again, check this out by snugglebeanscrochet. She does fantastic on everything she makes. The next one I'm going to show you two. So this one is actually my pattern. This is Tiggy. Tiggy is a little tiger. I am obsessed with tigers. I wanted to make one with really, really big paws. So the paws are massive, and I wanted it to pretty much be all paws. I made 3 different heads until I finally figured out one that I like, and then I still changed it up when I made another one, because I made a version that looks like Derpy Tiger. I'll show you a picture here. But this is Tiggy. After I made Tiggy and Ellie Softy Plus, I said, I absolutely need one in faux fur, because that's kind of my thing. Here's Tiggy in faux fur. I can't get over the size difference. Look at the size difference. So difference in hook, difference in yarn. It's crazy how a pattern can completely change just based off of the yarn and the hook size. I had Nerdy Girls Crochet make me some custom eyes in 35 millimeters. I love these green ones. I mean, honestly, I love all the ones that she makes, but look how cute he is with green. And he's actually quite hefty. It's funny how heavy he is. I'm obsessed with how big these paws are. It's seriously bigger than I think the plushie itself almost. It's meant to be very snuggly and soft and cuddly, and I can confirm that this one is very soft and snuggly, because I got trapped at an airport for 3 days, and Tiggy was there to snuggle with me. Thank goodness I was trapped with Nerdy Girls Crochet, and we were able to stay together, and we got through the very, very cold airport because they decided they didn't know how to use heat. But Tiggy was my bestie there, along with Britt, of course, and I snuggled Tiggy while in the airport. This is my newest pattern, Tiggy. It is currently in testing, or the tester call might be closing in a day or two, and then the pattern will be available for people to buy. Or the fun thing is, it's a 2-in-1, so you can also make the Derpy Tiger. Now on to something that I just finished. It's a little tiny one. This is Mugi. He's so cute. It's the bite-sized pattern for, you know, a famous Straw Hat character. I love how tiny this is. I was not anticipating how small he would be when I started to make him, and I'm obsessed with it. I love how tiny he is. I think I had to like rustle through my bag of eyes because I didn't even know if I had eyes the right size for it. But thankfully I did have a few hidden in there. I honestly couldn't even tell you what size these are. I want to say they're 16 or 18 millimeters. I rarely work with that small of eyes, but I did have some from a while ago. But I love this. This one is by Sweet Beans Crochet here on YouTube and on Instagram. Robin is such a sweet person and does the cutest little patterns. I made her Sailor Moon, which I love that one as well. And I think that I've bought like multiple of her other ones because I am an anime person. I love to make characters, and this one is perfect because he works up so fast. Go save the world, my friend. Find the One Piece. I want to show you are two that I just really love. They are some of my all-time favorite projects. I haven't been able to sell them because I love them so much. That is these two. These are both by Red Mills Crochet. This is her Golem pattern. I made it to look like Tafiti from Moana. She's got little pieces on here that are like floral pieces on here that I hot glued on. She's got a little crown. I love her. She's so unique. One of the most unique patterns that I've seen. Like I said, I absolutely adore Red Mills Crochet's patterns. She's so creative. And then the next one is her Zodiac patterns. I'm obsessed with this tail. Look at this tail. Isn't it gorgeous? And again, these are Eyes by Nerdy Girls Crochet. This is her Dream Site, which was her limited edition drop for My Happy Marriage, which I love that anime as well. So she's continued to be one of my absolute favorites. I love the detail work. I love how creative and unique she is. I love these ears. And I just haven't been able to part with her. So I figured that she deserved a little bit of love. Both of these did, because I haven't been able to part with them in over a year, which is saying something because I usually get to a point where I'm like, I'm okay with letting this go now. But these two, special place in my heart. I have one more, and that's actually the one that's been sitting over here. So I think you can figure out by now that I'm obsessed with the Derpy Tiger. I really love him. This is my pattern, actually. This is Chakotay. And I designed this one using fur yarn. So when I was creating him, I had my original Minois, and it was awesome, but it was really big. And I wanted to make him in faux fur. So I decided to design one using faux fur. So I actually designed the pattern in faux fur before I made it in Allie's Softy Plus, and he turned out perfect sized for fur. It's one that I feel like I can actually finish, because sometimes if a project is too big, it just feels insurmountable. But this one is actually by me. You can find it on my Etsy. I hope people still love the Derpy Tiger, because he definitely has brought me a lot of joy and happiness in some really difficult days last year. So this one has a special place in my heart. Definitely love this one. So that is my wrap up for today. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions about the yarn that I showed, any of the patterns, or my trimming techniques for faux fur, be sure to drop a question and I'll do my best to answer it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.